guys what they do, how y'all doing today, what it is, what's today, what's happening Wednesday. Okay, because I thought somebody said something. Not for. So I'm gonna give you guys some time to come in. Y'all gotta forgive me because your girl's schedule be a little hectic and I got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but anyways, I am definitely here in the building and I'm glad to be here. I hope you guys are glad to be here. So as you coming in, feel free to speak. Y'all know I like to check y'all temperature to see how y'all feeling, like how y'all coming, how's y'all day coming along. Remember, if you on the live, I don't even have to ask you to share the live. Share the live, boo boo. Just share the live. Y'all already know what we here for today. It's What's Happening Wednesday. And we finna get down to, you know what I'm saying? We finna chop it up. It's a lot of people that got a lot, you know, different, like so many different opinions about the Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan breakup. So I am like, I really want to know, like, I really want to hear y'all perspective because there's been so many people that have, like, you know what I'm saying, like they own reasonings as to why they feel the way they feel. A lot of people feel like Lori fumbled. Some people feel like Michael B. Jordan could have did better. So, you know, we're going to talk about all of that. We also going to get into, you know what I'm saying, just rejection in general. Because as we know today, it's very prevalent. Like, me and I ain't men. You got women, they handle rejection better than the men nowadays. So I definitely feel like that is definitely something that is necessary to speak on today. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. So yeah, so this Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey situation, child. Way too much tea for me. Way too much tea for me, right? So first of all, what I want to say is I think it is very, very important, like when you're dating or when you are, you know, courting someone or anything of that nature. If you feel like you're taking an interest in someone, I think it's very necessary. I feel like it's very vital for you to know exactly what this person, like what they're trying to do with you, like what their end goal is. Is their end goal marriage? Do they just want to be in a relationship? Are they just in a dating space? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is very necessary. When you are dating, we have to be mindful. We need to know what these people end goals is, because a lot of people, come on now, like it's 2022. A lot of these people just playing around. Like a lot of these men and women, a lot of them don't even know what they want. A lot of them don't know what their expectations are. A lot of them know that they're not being treated the way they want to be treated, but a lot of them don't know how they feel they should be treated. So I think all of those different things are definitely necessary, because look, if you look at the Lori Harvey situation, everybody else, they looking at it like, well, damn, Michael B. Jordan, he got the money, he got the bag, you know what I'm saying? He got it all. Why does she not want him? But it's irrelevant. Like, what he has is irrelevant. Definitely talking about somebody that's already established, got their career, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is already, like, come on, she inherited money. Like, she already plugged in. She got the bag. So it has nothing to do with what he got, what he don't have. You know what I'm saying? To everybody else, they probably look at it like, well, damn, she played. But at the end of the day, did she really play? Because playing is being in a relationship that you know you don't see going nowhere. Playing is, you know, ideally just saying, okay, well, I'm gonna try it out, even though I know I really don't want to be in a relationship, but let me see how this go. No, that's just being unsure. And I feel like if you know that you're unsure of whether or not you want to pursue this person for the rest of your life, because let's just be clear, marriage is not something that, it's not just a paper. And that's why, you know, I feel like I agree with her decision, because if I know that I don't see a long-term relationship with you, why would I do that? Why would you even opt into something long-term, lifelong, to something that you're unsure about? Keeping in mind, this girl ain't number 23 years old. I feel Michael B. Jordan. Like I said, like I'm all team Michael B. Jordan. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, when you know someone is not treating you the way you're supposed to be treated, when you know what it is that you want out of life, that does not stop for nobody. So with that being said, even though Lori Harvey was not welcoming to that, you know, that proposal, it's someone else that is willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that will probably be on his level, but that definitely need to be something that is voiced in the beginning of meeting someone. That is definitely something that needs to be voiced off real, you know? So with that being said, make sure when y'all dating or whatever, make sure you know what this person end goal is with you. Is you trying to date me forever or not? some of us personally, I don't think I see marriage for me. Like I'm okay with, you know what I'm saying? You got some people that the end goal is not marriage. Then you got some people that end goal is marriage. So you just got to make sure whatever the end goal is for whoever you're courting with, that y'all on the same page. That's what the big thing is. But like I said, if someone is not treating you, or someone is not gonna be willing to give you what you feel like you deserve, then it's on you. It's up to you whether or not you're willing to do that, or, you know what I'm saying, compromise that. So yeah, so that's that with the Lori Harvey situation. I don't think neither one of them were wrong. I feel like Lori Harvey was right for doing what she felt was best for herself, and I feel like Michael B. Jordan was right for being, you know what I'm saying, picking up the pieces and being strong enough to walk away. Because it's a lot of people that don't even know how to walk away. They will sit there and suffer for years and years and years, knowing that they're not going nowhere. I want to be with this person, and I want to make this person believe that we could possibly progress and guess what? You'll be stagnated for 20 and 30 years, hoping that somebody will treat you and actually live up to what it is that you feel like you are deserving of. So if don't nobody want to do that, you already know what to do. So this Trouble situation, rest in peace to that boy Trouble. I definitely see that I don't know, for some reason it's always the I don't know, but rest in peace to him. Of course, I do feel like we have to be mindful of certain things when it comes to, you know, dating in general. Like, for one, pay attention to the women that y'all court. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that this woman don't possess a certain level of integrity, then you might want to question what you do and how you go about doing it. All these side pieces and all these females that glorify that and okay with all these different types of stuff. Trust me, listen, if they are willing to do this, if they are, what is it called when they just, I forgot what it's called, promiscuous. If they're just so promiscuous that they're willing to do anything. I mean, no self-respect, no morals, no principles. You want to be mindful of who you're dealing with. So that means if I know that I can have access to this woman while she's in a relationship, if I know that she'll sneak around on her man, if I know that, you know what I'm saying, I really don't know what she's capable of because she's just willing to do whatever, 9 times out of 10, that's not somebody that you want to put your faith in. You don't want to just put your faith in, really you don't want to put your life in nobody's hands. But you definitely don't want to put your life in no hands of somebody that you know is a swoop. Somebody that you know probably anybody can fuck with, got access to. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be mindful of that type of stuff. So I feel like judgment with men nowadays, they just be so pressed to fuck something. They be so pressed to get in somebody present to the point where they better judgment, they don't use it. Only thing that they see is a pretty face. Only thing they see is ass. Only thing they see is titties. That's all they see. And they go after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you choose to do is for you. But just be mindful when you are encountering these type of women, what you're signing yourself up for. Keep in mind, when you are just getting out of a relationship, even though you have healed, even though you have moved on, even though you don't see yourself being with that your ex or anything of that nature, you just want to be mindful of how you go about moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Not because of the fact that you need to put your life on hold because this person still haven't moved on. Half the time it be the ones who be done fucked up anyways. You didn't miss what you had till it's gone, and now there's somebody else in your spot. Now it's the issue. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, you know, you just want to be mindful of how you do it. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Also, if you know that you got a man was staying with you, you don't just bring nobody in your house. Even if he was on the lease, even if he was not on the lease, you don't just bring nobody in your house for one. Now, I can say, what I will say, you do got some people that be in their feelings. You have stress to them. It ain't nothing. You're not sexually active with them. You ain't fucking on them. You ain't misleading them. You ain't telling them one thing and doing another. You ain't doing none of that. And they still in their feelings. You can't control that. But only thing you can do is be mindful of how you go about certain things. No, you ain't got to put your life on hold for nobody, but you want to use your better judgment when these different types of things transpire, because everybody emotions are not the same. Everybody get over their thing over certain situations differently, but you also want to consider, if you know that you in a breakup, sometimes we got to spend some time with ourselves. Take some time to be by yourself and find yourself and get to know yourself, because you'll open the door and make yourself susceptible to so much of bullshit, all these different spirits and all these different soul ties you connected to, for one. And then for two, when you just jumping in and out of relationships, that's turmoil alone. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you are getting yourself together as an individual. Don't be trying to prove no points to nobody, because you can't prove no point to nobody that don't give a fuck anyway. So Whether you getting another nigga, bringing another nigga to make somebody feel some type of way, you're not doing nothing but putting somebody else in jeopardy. And it can definitely be yourself as well. So when you are dating and you're courting, you want to think about all those different types of things. Rejection. Bro, if somebody don't want to be with you, ain't nobody obligated to you, bro. We came in this world by ourselves. We're going to leave by ourselves. We not tied to nobody. Like, nobody is nobody else's property, bro. So if they feel like they're done, guess what? Go and take you some get you some coping mechanisms and deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people put so much into people to the point where they don't even have enough of themselves. You can't give so much of yourself to the point where you leave yourself empty. You know what I'm saying? You can love, but don't love at the expense of losing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can feel, but don't allow your temporary feeling to have a lifelong effect, like in a negative way. Don't allow a temporary emotion to cause you to throw your whole life away. It's not worth it. Like, the energy that you're trying to put into someone else, or trying to convince someone that you're worthy of, or you're worthy, you should be treated like this, or you should be catered to, or I feel like I deserve dates, or I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're the one for me. Trust me, if the one for you ain't got to be forced. The person that God got for you, you ain't got to force nothing. It ain't going to be no friction. It ain't going to be nothing, none of that you're going to have to worry about. You ain't going to have to worry about trying to force nobody to do nothing. You ain't going to have to worry about telling nobody to take you on no dates. You ain't going to have to worry about telling somebody how to treat you. You're not going to have to worry about that for the person that you need. But we have to get in a place where we are okay with being alone sometimes. We're okay with being rejected. And once we accept the fact, you know what I'm saying, like the concept, like, bro, that rejection is God's protection, bro. When I tell you that shit is real, because so many people be trying to occupy spaces that you've outgrown, and you wonder why that you can't never fit in that space, because you've outgrown. It's time for somebody else to move in that place now. You move out the way for that other person, because you clearly have exceeded that. You in a whole different growth transition now. So it's time for somebody else to come in that way. Stop holding up space. You don't even know if you sitting up here trying to hold on to this man, hold on to this woman, and you don't even understand they holding up your space. They holding up the space for someone who genuinely probably want to be there. Someone who you don't have to go out your way to try to get to prove your worth to. You know what I'm saying? Like, just accept that rejection and let it be what it is. Don't be doing the most, bro. That energy that you, and I understand, because at the end of the day, that moment that you feel like this, fuck that. I ain't got no understanding about nothing. Yeah, but I guarantee you, boy, you're killing about pussy. You're fighting over pussy, boy. I'm telling you, ain't gonna be no pussy in the prison. Ain't gonna be no pussy in jail, but the correctional officers. So you might get that pussy too, but you're definitely gonna be 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be fucking a nigga. So what be the point? Like, I don't understand. Like, just crash dummies. That's crash dummy behavior. That's behavior of people who are not spending enough time with themselves, becoming whole individuals. That's people who don't have nothing outside of a relationship. That's why you got to get you some business outside of a relationship. True enough, yes, a relationship is, you know what I'm saying, it's priority when you're in a relationship, but it should not be what your life is centered around. You got to get some business about yourself, so a woman don't define you and a man does not define you. The moment you allow a woman or a man to define you, you have gave them the ups. You done gave them leverage over you. And that's the problem. Some of us get so tied and bogged down in relationships that we forget to do what we need to do, the necessary work on ourselves. Sometimes, bitch, we can't even fix our mental. We can't even get ourselves in alignment mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, because we so busy being invested somewhere else that was not even ordained from that God didn't even send. And that's why our life be in shambles sometimes. We be trying to figure out, where's all this turmoil coming from? What is going on? Because you're not in alignment. And the more that we work on that, rejection to be fine, when relationships don't work out, when you really liked this guy but he didn't treat you how you felt he should have treated you, when that stuff don't work out, you will just understand that maybe I got some more work to do on myself. Maybe that was just a test to see if I really was gonna pass, if I really grew or outgrew certain things, or maybe it was a test to see if I'm still battling with my flesh. Or maybe it was a test to see, do I have the mental capacity to be able to decipher whether or not what's for me and what's not for me? Because a lot of times we know when things are not, people are not for us. We get all the red flags, we see all the red flags, the conversation beat up, and then you go back through text messages and you go back through conversations and you just sitting up and you marinating on everything that y'all don't discuss and all these different types of things. And you like, damn, boy, I played, bro. Like, Jit already pretty much showed me what type of timing he on, and I'm still sitting up here like this. Sometimes you really have to step outside of yourself and evaluate certain situations. And when you see them for what, you have to see them for what they are. Not for what you want them to be, but for what they are. And once we do that, we'll stop trying to hold on to certain shit. We'll take the trash out for ourselves. You ain't got to take it out. So when somebody just walk out of your life, let them walk out. Close the door, lock it behind them, and don't allow them back in your, you know what I'm saying? In your presence. Like, it's just that simple. Like, find what it is that you want. A lot of us want a good man, but we don't know how we want to be treated. A lot of us want a good woman, but we don't know how to treat a good woman. I feel like with relationships, all of that is learned behavior, right? That's why men can get some I ain't gonna say men, that's why boys can get certain women, and they can go and they can court, they can I'm talking about really be on their trail, like really want them heavy. But the moment that they get them, they can't keep them, because the thing is, a lot of people are not willing to actually pursue something. It takes, like, when you're pursuing something that is whole, you're gonna have to put a lot of effort in. So many people are used to broken people, that they have become accustomed to broken people, so they're more attracted to broken people. That's why you see these men, they always dropping statuses talking about, oh, city girls this, city girls that, Megan Thee Stallion, hot girl, some of these, y'all hoes gonna be, you know, all the negative shit about these girls, right? But them the hoes that they fuck, like, them the hoes that they like to get used. They like to be ran through. They like for a bitch to milk their ass out of money. The moment they get a female that's showing them like, bro, I ain't even about your bread, you feel me? They gonna try to run down on her. It's a repetitive cycle. Like, you can, it's almost like people be scared to show you how real they are or how genuine they are, because the moment you show them, oh, I ain't worried about your bad, homeboy, shit, I'm trying to get a bad too. You know what I'm saying? Just support me, push my dreams, help me come up. You feel me? We can help each other come up. The moment you show a nigga that, guess what? Boy, you gonna get stepped on. The wrong nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to start growing mentally, so that we'll be able to decipher somebody that's broken too. Because it ain't just women that's broken, it's men that's broken too. And they so used to a certain type of female. They're so used to their products of their environment. So they used to these type of freak females. You don't know what to do. Like, it's just too much for somebody who used to fucking with females that's out here, that only want a bag. You know what I'm saying? That only, you know what I'm saying, call them when they want to fuck. Or, you know what I'm saying? They used to these females that operate like them. So the moment that they get a female outside of that, because keeping in mind, niggas know when they fucking with somebody different. They know that. Even though we know it's 1,000 females that's the same, they know when they fucking with somebody that's different. They're just not ready. So you cannot force commitment. You can't force loyalty on someone who clearly haven't even found themselves yet. They still at war with themselves. I want a loyal bitch. I want a solid female, but I ain't ready for a solid female, because the moment you get that solid female, you're gonna do the same shit that you should have did to them hoes. You should have dogged them hoes, but the ones that you ain't dogging, they're the ones that's dogging your ass. It's a repetitive cycle. Out of their comfort zone. And so many times women find themselves trying to prove themselves as to why they are the prize. And you trying to prove yourself to somebody who don't even care about that. He know, but he ain't ready. You got some of them that'll tell you. So, I respect the ones that will walk right past you and know, baby, you out of my league, homegirl. Lil' mama, you bad as fuck, but I know you out my league. I respect a nigga like that. I don't want you even wasting my time. Like, you nowadays, you gotta tell them up front, bro. If you ain't trying to take a bitch on no dates, if you ain't trying to get to know me for me, if you ain't gonna be able to support me and my kids, or pour into me and my kids, support my dreams, and you don't want the same thing in return, don't even waste my time. You gotta start being blunt with these niggas, because if not, they gonna run down on your ass, and they still will do it even when you blunt, if your actions don't line up with what your words saying. So even if you do voice how they supposed to come at you, guess what? If your actions don't line up with it, they gonna still run down. But that's why I say you have to have that state of mind, and you have to be stern with whatever it is. Stand on however you feel. Stand on that. Men too, stand on that, because you got some men that's whole, and they end up, you know what I'm saying, falling victim falling victim to broken people too. But a lot of times it's tests. Definitely when you start leveling up spiritually, you're going to be tested a lot. Definitely with your flesh. That's why I encourage certain people to do fast. Like fast, for some reason, like, I ain't gonna say it's just men. You got women too that have a hard time detaching themselves from sex. Like they have a hard time going without sex. And that's why so many men feel like, damn, I don't believe a bitch went 3-4 months without sex. When there's bitches out here that done went years without sex. 2 and 3 years without sex. It's women out here that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that it's not normal. It's that the women that you're attracted to, they can't go without sex. It ain't got nothing to do with women not being able to go without sex. It's the people that you're attracted to. It's the men that you're attracted to that can't go without it. That's why I challenge anybody. Challenge your flesh. Start with a week. Work your way up to 2 weeks. And the moment you start getting control of your flesh and your body, your temple, and your mental and everything else, guess what? You got control. You're in more control. But if you allow your flesh to control you, you allow your desires to control you. You want a quick fix. You want a quick gratification. You just want a quick high. Guess what? You're gonna come down off that high, and guess what? You're gonna want to boot up again. Like you're not gonna stay high. You have to wire yourself up mentally to stay and vibrate on a different frequency. All that shit that you think gonna be a quick fix. Oh, if I get this bad bitch, this raw bitch, she got her own shit. She got this, she got that. That's why a lot of y'all done got finesse and trick. Cause y'all thought y'all was fucking with a raw bitch. Y'all thought y'all was fucking with a boss bitch. Y'all thought y'all was fucking with somebody that put on a fake ass persona in front of y'all. And guess what? They ain't got no hustle outside of y'all. That's how it be. And that's because they went wired up and you went wired up. You went even one with self to even be able to acknowledge and see that they went even one with self. And that's why so many people are okay with being side females. And that's why so many men are okay with being side niggas. Because they not one with themselves yet. Because the moment you're one with yourself, first of all, the moment you have a level of integrity, you're not even willing to do no shit like that. Bitch, who? The moment you possess self-respect about yourself, it's just certain shit that you're not gonna do anyways. So that ain't even got shit to do with one with self. It's self-respect and integrity. And a lot of people ain't got it. And even more so nowadays, in this world that we living in, they're now normalizing ratchet shit. They're not now normalizing whole shit. They're not normalizing side niggas and mistresses and all this type of shit. It was normal, you know what I'm saying, back then, but it's prevalent. They have normalized it to the point where it's now it's publicized. So it makes everyone feel like it's okay. That's why so many hoes shaking ass. That's why so many niggas walk around with hoochie daddy shorts on. What the fuck type of masculine energy going on around here? That's why so much of shit is going on now, because everything is now normal that was not supposed to be normalized. That's why it's important to find who you is, walk in who you supposed to be. Don't allow the world to validate who you are. Don't allow the world to validate what your relationship's supposed to look like, because half the time the shit that looks a certain type of way don't be a certain type of way. So you got to find whatever your definition of happiness is. You got to find whatever love looks like to you, not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you chase what love looks like to someone else, you will never be able to fulfill it in your own eyes. The moment you try to show and convince somebody what love, how to love you, and you don't even know how to love yourself, you're not going to be fulfilled either. Because you're going to spend your life, you're going to spend a relationship, you're going to spend forever trying to tell somebody how to treat you and show somebody how to treat you. You don't have to show nobody that genuinely love you and genuinely fuck with you how to take care. Because one thing about it, what you don't know how to do, you will learn how to do it. But we have to accept the fact when our time expire with people, our time expire, bro, and it's somebody else's turn. It was your turn, it's somebody else's turn now. You got a whole nother route to get to. Don't dwell on what's working out, what ain't working out, none of that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, what you can make work. But what ain't meant to come together ain't meant to come together. It's like some pieces of a puzzle, like some things are not meant to come together. Like some things are meant to stay exactly what it is. Like rejection is really your protection. Why you think all these domestic violence and all this shit like that, bro? Some of this stuff was some of this stuff should have been already broken up. Some of this stuff we should have been parted ways. We're not one with each other. We're not equally yoked. When you know you're not equally yoked with somebody, separate. I don't give a fuck how many years you done had vested with this person. That don't mean nothing. You ain't God. You ain't God. So you can't force nothing that if it wasn't something that he put together, then it's liable to fall apart anyways. So that's why it's just important, you know what I'm saying? When you want to court, when you looking for somebody, and I listen, baby, you definitely have to like literally know what it is you want. And I say that because we know what we want, right? But I even encountered, like, you know what I'm saying, like talking to someone, and me, shit, I'm like, bitch, I don't play with nobody. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I was seeing certain little signs, and I'm just like, I see the signs, but I don't see the signs. See, but the Sagittarius in me was just like, you know what? I can like you. And bitch, I disconnect from your ass expeditiously. I can love you and disconnect from you because I love me more than I love somebody else. Like, I love me first. Like, I'm going to put me first. Like, that's why you should never give somebody so much of you that you don't have none love for yourself. And that's why bitches be around here going crazy in their motherfucking psych ward and all this extra shit. Because, bitch, that energy and that mental, that emotional attachment and all that stuff that you was giving to somebody else that you didn't even have, you was already in a deficit anyways. Before you even got in a relationship, you was in an emotional deficit. You was in a financial deficit. You was in a deficit in general, and you decided to give some of yourself away to somebody else to leave you in lack. No, it don't work like that. So that's why it's important before we jump in relationships and connect. And I find that men, I'm not talking about just boys, because boys jump in and out of relationships. The ones who not warm with themselves, they'll be in a relationship with this Cindy this week, and they'll be in a fucking relationship with Betty next week, Carisha next week. You know what I'm saying? They'll flop them hoes. You know what I'm saying? But once you become a man, men gonna have a female. They're gonna take a female on a trial and error day. Bitch, I need to see what all you possess, and I need to check off all of these different things. Versus a woman gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? He got potential. No, a man don't want no potential. A man want what they want. I ain't talking about the boy that you had to force in a relationship. I'm not talking about the boy that you had to, you know what I'm saying, push up on for him to commit to you. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones who are genuinely, who got their shit together. I'm talking about the boss niggas. I'm talking about the niggas who trying to own businesses and invest in stock. And you know what I'm saying? That type of time. And you know what I'm saying? Them ones right there, they got a checklist in their mind. You might think that you're dating them, but they options open. Because they want to see who can fill this checklist. That's why it's important. If whatever type of nigga you want, you better be that type of bitch. Because the ones that's really bossed up, and I ain't talking about just what they got, I'm talking about mentally too. I ain't talking about just what they got, because it's a lot of people that got a bag. It's a lot of men that got nice cars, nice houses, and they still ain't one with themselves. So when I say bossed up, I mean all around the board. Not just what you got, not what it look like what you got, but I'm talking about bossed up. Not no, you know what I'm saying? Not the way you just gotta be out on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like your priorities a little bit different when you bossed up. You know what I'm saying? Your priorities, the things that drives you, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit more different than someone that is still growing and developing. I'm not in the space, shit, I'm 30 years old. I ain't in the space to tell nobody what the fuck how I'm supposed to be treated. I'm not in the space to tell you, oh, you should be taking me on dates. I'm not in the space to tell you if you doing for me, you need to be doing for my child. I'm not in no space for that. So what we need to do is figure out what it is that we want, what our expectations are, and what our boundaries are, and don't let up off of them. Lori Harvey went wrong for walking away, because guess what? She wasn't ready for a long-term marriage. She was not ready for a lifelong partner. Michael B. Jordan went wrong neither, because he knew what he was worthy of, and he was willing to walk away from what he thought he wanted that did not want him in the same manner. It's okay, but we have to start getting to a place where we accept that it's okay not being okay. Bitch, you gonna hurt. You human, you gonna have feelings, you gonna have pain, but understand that don't allow that pain and that temporary feeling to drive your emotions in a negative way. Sometimes you gotta turn that pain into power. Like, shit hurt, bro. Just because people walk around and we you know what I'm saying, we, you know, handle stuff differently, that don't mean that we don't hurt the same. We just express it differently. We just deal with it differently. Turn that pain into power. Turn that pain into drive. Like, when your feelings hurt, get out there and get you another job. Get out there and get the exercising. When you feel like somebody broke you or you feel like they shitted on you, get out there and do something that's gonna make you better, a better person. Cause the best way to kill a bitch literally is to boss up on their ass. The best way to really like step on somebody is to show them that bitch you ain't even on my level no more. You thought you was shitting, but bitch I'm the shitter. You can't shit no shitter. Like that's the way to boss up. Cause thinking that you gonna fuck a nigga, you gonna fuck the homeboy, or you gonna fight the nigga and all that, you not doing shit. You not proving nothing. Cause you still in the same place where we left you at. If you still in the same place you left somebody at and they leveling up, but you still feel like you compatible with that person, then bitch you lost. You lost as fuck. You need to be trying to boss yourself up. Not worry about a bitch. Not worry about no female. Because one thing about it, I don't give a fuck if your female with another nigga today, if she's meant to be with you, guess what? She gonna be with you. That's just how it works. You ain't gotta come between it. And vice versa. If that nigga with a female, guess what? If he your nigga regardless. And you ain't gotta come in between that relationship for that to be your nigga if he your nigga for real. Cause it's gonna align. Y'all gonna align. Even if y'all don't grow at the same pace, but y'all still end up in the same area, guess what? It was meant for you. But just accept sometimes you gotta fall back and whatever comes naturally, not forced, not your feelings, wanna bring something back or not no history, not nothing that's forced. When it comes to you, magnates to you without any force or friction, then that's how you know it's yours. But anything that you got to stand or you got to cross somebody to get or you got to prove a point to or you got to do anything, you got to go against the grain to get, then it's not for you. It's not. God is not of confusion. If your relationship is confusion, it's probably not of God. Maybe we got to do some more work. You know what I'm saying? That's just that. So I appreciate y'all for checking in. I really do appreciate y'all for checking in. Ty, who is this? Yeah, Talisha Monet, and that's on Bit Period. Immaculate, what up, bro? Back that up. Jamaica, okay, on the check in. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming through. And of course, as always, yeah. So like I said, like for real. If that nigga shitted on you and you know that you was 10 toes down solid for the nigga, boss up. I just got to boss up. Bitch, you can't never go wrong bossing the fuck up. And looking at that nigga that thought he did something like, bitch, who? It's all good, baby. You showed up. It ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with that. That's how you really kill a bitch. Boss the fuck up. Nigga, if that hoe shitted on you and you was going out your way to show her how much you fuck with her, how much you fuck with her kids, boss the fuck up. Elevate to a level where that hoe can't even get, like, you can't even get there no more. Like, it ain't nothing. Like, you don't even, and you're not doing it purposely, because let me tell you something. You know how karma work? You don't even got to be spiteful towards nobody, because you got to keep in mind, when you spiteful, that's your karma, number one. When you're spiteful, whatever you're doing out of hurt or whatever your emotions were that caused you to do it, you got to pay for that. Or somebody that you love got to pay for it. So don't allow your emotions to cause you to be spiteful. Karma gonna fuck you before I can fuck you the long way. I ain't got to do nothing, bro. I don't have to, because the way the universe, the way the Most High set up, the way God set up, I ain't got to put my hand in none of that. My hand's gonna be clean. Because when you do somebody that you know, when you do somebody something that you know was 10 toes, was solid, was fucking with you the long way, God gonna pay you back for it. And a lot of times, a lot of people feel like certain things that happen, right? When it happens, they feel like, bitch, you meant to do that. Bitch, you flawless fuck, hoe. Bitch, you know what I'm saying? They be thinking that shit, that you orchestrated it. No, bitch, I ain't orchestrating nothing. Bitch, I ain't even playing for shit to go out like this. But bitch, one thing about it, God does not play by his motherfucking kids. And bitch, if you thought that I meant to hurt you like this, bitch, I ain't mean to size your shit, bro. It be like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't even be trying to step on you don't be trying to do no shit like that. But let me tell you, when he got his hands in it, bitch, you gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, and I ain't gotta do it to you. I ain't gotta touch you. I ain't gotta intentionally cross you. I ain't gotta do nothing, but it's gonna be something that you know that he know is really gonna fuck you over. And I ain't have to plan shit. It just happened that way. So I tell anybody, if shit don't work out, that was your protection. That nigga didn't do right, that was your protection. That female played, that was your protection. and accept the fact that we're not for everybody, and everybody not for you. So I hope this podcast did something for somebody, because like I said, bitch, it ain't diamond in the rough for nothing, bitch. We on the come up, and if you ain't growing, and if ain't nobody helping you grow, and if ain't nobody pouring into you, and if nobody is not loving you correctly, and nobody is not believing in your vision and your dreams and not pouring into none of that, then you don't need that nigga or that female anyways. You ain't got to tell nobody how to treat you. So with that being said, y'all have a good Wednesday. I'll be back in the building. Hopefully Sunday, y'all. Hopefully I'll be, you know what, I ain't gonna even say hopefully. I will be back in the building Sunday, because I got to get that discipline. So thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kari. I'm glad that it met you wherever your needs were, because that's what the purpose of it is. I like to pop shit with y'all, but the whole purpose is so we can grow together. So y'all have a good Wednesday. Y'all have a good day. Thank you, Yendy, for coming through, love. Y'all have a good night.